How do you know whether you need a lawyer for an Erb's palsy case? First, what is Erb's palsy? Erb's palsy is an injury to the brachial plexus, which is a bundle of nerves in your shoulder. Often, damage to this group of nerves can cause permanent limitation or disability to your arm, shoulder, or hand. And typically, if this involves a medical malpractice case, meaning that if the injury to the nerve was done because somebody was negligent, typically that injury occurred during the birthing process itself. There are several reasons why this may have happened. Sometimes it's just because the child is large, and when a large child is traveling through the birth canal, it can sometimes get stuck on part of the mother's pelvis. And that can cause injury because the shoulder gets sort of pulled on, and there can be some tearing or injury to the nerves. This can also occur if the medical professional performing the birth pulls too hard or uses inappropriate technique. It can also occur because the baby is in a breech position. If any of these things are due to the negligence of a medical professional, meaning that they made a mistake, that's really what negligence is, then what a lawyer does to help you through this process is A, collect all the medical records and have them reviewed by an expert to see whether there actually was a mistake that could have been avoided. If that happens, then the case moves forward through the court system. It does usually have to be filed, and it gets developed through the use of depositions, collection of medical records, and more experts used to help prove whether or not the standard of care was used in this particular case. Once all of that collection of material and all of those depositions are done, then you get to a point where you see whether or not a settlement can be reached. If it can, and the amount is fair and both parties agree, then the case is resolved. If not, then the case does proceed to trial, and there's still opportunity for settlement as that happens as well. Some of the reasons to pursue a medical malpractice case based on an Erb's palsy injury are really based on what the person has to go through with the Erb's palsy injury. What are some of the costs involved? Well, there will be costs for therapy over the lifetime. There'll be costs involved with other treatments, maybe surgery. There'll be some level of permanent disability often, not always, but sometimes. And then there's always the emotional aspect of having this disability that can be compensated for through a lawsuit. So this video has been brought to you by Burke & Eisner, nationwide medical malpractice lawyers handling Erb's palsy cases all over the country. If you have questions about an Erb's palsy case or other medical malpractice questions, please feel free to give us a call. We'd be happy to talk to you.